Na, azért mondom, geci. Na. Na hát akkor mindenkit sok nagyon sok szeretettel köszöntök mindenkit. Ez itt a Biathlon világkupa szezonzáró fordulója. Östersundban vagyunk, és tegnap volt a 2 darab üldözéses verseny. Én napon nektek leadom most a női 10 kilométeres üldözéses versenyt, és utána pedig majd jönnek a tömörötös számok, ugye, élőben, és akkor holnap felvételről még a férfi üldözéses versenyt le fogom nektek adni. A világkupa szezon döntője van, úgyhogy igazából a tennapi 7,5 km-es verseny az eléggé meglepő eredményeket is hozott. Bár hogyha a női vonalat nézzük, akkor igazából papírfa volt, hogyha a férfit nézzük, akkor igazából nem. De majd ezt meglátjuk, majd itt a üldözésesen mi volt. Amúgy én láttam az eredményt, tudom is, hogy mi volt az eredmény, de mivel én nem láttam, ezért meg ugye még itt is láttátok. Aki nem látta esetleg, inkább úgy mondom, annak pedig leadom és akkor megnézzük. Mártózbú Rőzelándnak készül.
Gick det då?
Ja.
6-4-7.
Okej, lyssna.
Vegas.
Hello, Dani. Na, úgyhogy készül Lin Persson, az előbb láttuk Eckhoffot ugye, itt pedig Hauser, aki majd az 5. helyre fog indulni. Nézd, ez a Hauser.
Trean var 5-5-8.
Ingridnál már Trande volt a képen, itt pedig Julia Simon. Léna Heki a képen, aki a tegnap ugye 7. lett. Hát és nem tegnap, inkább úgy mondom, hogy tegnap igen, tegnap előtt 7. lett. De majd mindjárt be fognak csatlakozni majd a angol kommentátorok. Csak remélem nem most. Itt pedig készülget Eckhoff és Osbű. Aha, igen. Ők sétáltak itt előttünk. Itt vannak itt van a Fiákova, mellette pedig Paulina Fiákova. A napom hogy telt? Még csak dél van, bazd meg, de amúgy jól telt, köszi. De köszi. Idalien, aki készül. Elvileg Őberg és Mona Persson a képen. Na, itt a pályarajz. 5-ször kell ezt a 2 kilométeres távot megtenni, és közben ugye 4 lövészet lesz. Szokásoknak hívően egy 2 darab fekvő és egy 2 darab álló lövészet, és egy darab hiba az egy darab 150 méteres büntetőkörrel jár, hogyha 2, akkor ez 2-szer, és így tovább. Nagyon nagy szél fúj. Kíváncsi leszek, hogy hiba lesz, 5 fok van. Úgyhogy annyira amúgy nincs hideg a versenyzőknek. De majd megnézzük, mi lesz. Hauser éppen melegített. Csak esélyes ez a verseny még attól. Na, rajt sorrend, ugye Eco-Feeder, Tandra volt, Chevalier, Anais, ugye Hauser, Röseland, Heki, akik úgy beleszólhatnak. Anim Bekava, Kósovali, Szóla, Kajseva, Persson. Itt van ugye hát az Ibu kupából átadott Kalkenberg, Simon Price, és itt van Hinz is, akik úgy hát hárman az érdekes lesz amúgy. Ájte Gasparen, ők is érdekesek lesznek ott. Hát a ukránok most nagyon nincsenek jól, ahogy látom, reménytelen. Elvire őben csak 48 lett, Caroline Erdál az 50. Hanna őben csak az 52. helyről fog indulni. És a Ibu kupa bajnoka, van ez Savoy pedig csak az 57-ről fog indulni, úgyhogy ja. Szép lesz ez a verseny. És izgalmas.
Ça ira mieux.
Anais Chevalier akkor a képen. Rendben van. Wieler. Hát Wieler már nem szerezheti meg az összetettet, ahol nagyon nagy bajt kell csinálni Ekofnak meg a többieknek is, úgyhogy... És itt van Ekof, aki hát konkrétan szerintem ma már be tudja biztosítani a címet.
Well, a very good morning and welcome back to the Biathlon World Cup Tour. We have just joined the women's pursuit, the first shoot yet to be completed. 2 minutes 9 on the clock, as you can see, and no surprise to see Eckhoff in front, having won the sprint yesterday. It's all about records for Eckhoff. She's signed off the Crystal Globe for the overall. She's got the sprint, she's got the pursuit, but she also has some incredibly talented biathletes chasing her round the course. Only a lead of 2.5 seconds over Dorothea Viera after yesterday's effort, and it's still open to anyone. Mike, it's quite a difficult course here in terms of pursuits and mass starts, because the pacing into the range is so critical.
It is, and this climb, Patrick, on this particular 10K course now for the women, a lot of climb, more so than we've seen at the World Championships and in Novo Mesto. So physically, another big test at the end of the season for the women.
Yeah, Viera and Roysland still there with the race leader. Now, Eckhoff, so many achievements this year. It's been remarkable, hasn't it, Mike? Maximum points scored in the sprint events once the deductions were made. If she wins today, it will be maximum points in the pursuit once the deductions are made. And of course, if she wins today, she equals Magdalena Forsberg's record of 14 wins in a season. That is a massive landmark. And you know, all the record breakers of the past, Neuner and of course Forsberg in particular, Tora Berger also, all seeing their records destroyed this year by Tyrrell Eckhoff. And I wonder how many people would have predicted this at the beginning of the season.
I don't think many, and also after the very first World Cup, we were shaking our head thinking, well, she skis brilliantly fast, she always does, but really she's lost her shooting. That was during the first couple of the first World Cup and the second World Cup, but she really then settled herself, moved down to Austria, and the extra daylight, the pressure off, and she found her biathlon, and it's been there all the time since, about the 8th of December.
Yeah, I don't think you can describe it as a purple patch anymore. It's a purple season for Tyrrell Eckhoff. It's been brilliant. Slight delays on the Nordic combined, as I'm sure you saw, and that was because of the wind. There's also plenty of wind here in Östersund that could make things very interesting. And I just wonder, Mike, who you feel is going to cope, not necessarily with the windy conditions, but with the changeable conditions.
It is the changeable. I believe that when it comes to the windy shooting, you've got real support through the rifle, especially stand from Lisa Theresa Hauser. I think that Ida Lien has shown how stable she is in prone and stand, so maybe it's going to be about the careful, steady shooters. At the front here, we're going to see some impulsive shooting, and when the wind's changeable, you can very quickly miss 1 or 2 targets.
Yeah, and for those of you who've just joined us, a little bit late in the season, it has to be said, the pursuit is a 10-kilometre race, 4 shoots in all, first 2 in the prone, then in the stand. There's the wind that we've seen. Normally we're here in early December, and we get these sort of conditions, so they will be used to it. But the gusts that are coming through are coming over that building with Östersund written on it, and then they're bouncing down off the snow in the range, and it's just a case of keeping half an eye on the weather flags. Nice to see the first target go down for Eckhoff. 18 out of 20 today for her, and surely she will be on the podium, if not on top of it. Tandrevold 4 out of 4. Nice shooting. That miss from Eckhoff has slowed her down a bit, and Tandrevold goes clear. What an opportunity for her. Early days. Hannah Sola, so quick. Second fastest skier on the tracks over the last couple of weeks, and she could be a challenger today. Hauser gets 5. Chevalier Boucher, one of only 3 athletes to have been in the top 5 in terms of ski speed on all sections of the course yesterday, but 2 misses isn't going to help. Roysland hits 5. Mike, that's a good shoot.
That's a good start. Todorova, she shot the perfect score yesterday. The wind has really changed, especially left side of range from lanes 15 to 30. It's really coming in very strong from the right, from the front right now, knocking the shots down low left.
Eckhoff 23 behind, hasn't lost a pursuit race since December the 13th. That is absolutely astonishing, and of course that includes the World Championship race in Pachuca, and she's on 5 in a row, trying to make it 6 in succession today, but a miss early on. Viera, Mike, 25 behind. no real surprises. Her shooting hasn't been quite as convincing this year, but when she's in the flow, in the zone, she's a match for anyone.
She is, and I'm just wondering with Eckhoff now in 6th position, 23 seconds behind, she's finding herself in a different place, in a new space in the last pursuit competition of the season.
Yeah, she's generally controlled every race from the front and done it exceptionally well. But it's not the first time she's lost the lead in the first shoot. We've seen that a few times. Generally, she gets it back again by the end of the second prone shoot. A little bit of congestion. So many going on to the penalty loop, Mike, that it's quite difficult to get off.
It is, and it is the tightest packed field we've seen in a women's pursuit competition at 1 minute 48, the last athlete starting. So it really is a very tight track in terms of spacing.
So, Tandrevold being told that she's got 11 seconds. I'm not sure it's 11 seconds ahead of Lisa Theresa Hauser now. It is 11.3. The coach is spot on, as he should be. And number 13 doing exceptionally well, Hannah Sola. You know, she surprised us a little bit with the medal at the World Championships, Mike, in the sprint event. But looking at her speed over the last 2 weeks, she is a match for Eckhoff and actually beat Eckhoff on 2 of the 3 laps yesterday.
It's quite incredible. And Hannah Sola, there she is. She just makes it look so comfortable, so easy. Well, I think Alimbekova, sorry, Sola up front. Just so easy in terms of her flow and her balance on each skate.
Yeah, there's no doubt who they've been watching over the years. Dom Rasheva, her influence goes on. And Dom Rasheva, of course, working with the Chinese, who haven't been on the tour this year due to the COVID. That must have been a bit of a problem. I haven't read the latest on Bjorn Dahlem, what his plans are, but I imagine he'll stick with the Chinese until the Olympics next year.
Yes, I think so, and a very difficult year for the manager and the head coach of a team that hasn't been able to travel. So hopefully they'll be in good shape for next year.
Here comes Hauser. Best season she's ever had by a long, long way. Looking down the list of winners, Mike, we've only had 8 different winners this year, but when one athlete has won 13, I guess that's not a surprise. 17 athletes on the podium, which is pretty standard.
Yes, it's spreading around, but the fast skiers, when we've got, 5, 7 skiers, where if they miss one, they can still make it onto the podium, obviously dependent on what the others do. But the field is closing. Women's biathlon is becoming stronger and deeper. As I've said earlier, there's so many. 1 minute 48 behind today. 60 athletes within 1 minute 48. Quite unbelievable.
Yeah. And quite a few first-time winners as well, which is always nice to see in a season. Just trying to think, Lisa Theresa Hauser, the most obvious. Alimbekova is one of them. And I think a lot of people would be happy should Tandrevold finally get her first win. She leads at the moment, 13 seconds to play with, actually pulling away from Hauser, but she is half a penalty loop clear, which is better than not being half a penalty loop clear, but it does mean she can't afford to miss a target if she wants to be sure of holding on to the lead. Eckhoff hasn't made any ground on this second loop, but that's pretty standard.
Well, yes, I thought she might, having found herself 23, I thought she might do a Johannes Tingesbø, try and pull at least half of that back again. I thought she might attack and get it down to 13 seconds behind, but she seems to be controlling her own race and skiing at her own pace.
No team other than Norway has won a pursuit this year, and with Tandrevold in front, Eckhoff behind, Roysland in the sandwich somewhere, they've got a very good chance of making it 8 pursuit victories out of 8 for the season. Well, the wind, what do you make of the wind, Mike?
It's so testing. We've got 11, 12 kilometers an hour from the left, but we saw it change very quickly from the front right. There it's changing again instantly, so that's really hard. And I like the way Eckhoff kept her, the Norwegians do, they're uncluttered except Tandrevold behind those sights. but Ekhoff was really watching how the wind was functioning, even between each shot.
First one so important, and that's the first miss of the day for Tandrevold.
And Tandrevold now stuck in behind those blinds. She lifted her head up just to see the massive change in wind, so hopefully she'll get another. It hasn't happened.
No, that's a meltdown. The pressure of being in front, perhaps, but I think it's more likely to be the wind. Saved at the moment by the fact that Hauser has missed one. Hannah Sola, 4 out of 5. She is going to be the first away on the third lap. Roysland could actually deny her that. If she can get it down, she does. 10 out of 10 for Roysland. And Roysland with only, what, two wins so far this season. She's had 4 or 5 podiums throughout the year. Not as good a season as she was expecting. Ekhoff with another miss, Mike, and she's still got 3 targets to clear.
She has. What about Hauser? Hauser, the most stable and calm shooter, but she could not read the wind. It's so changeable, and Hauser's on the penalty loop 3 times.
Yeah, the wind's picked up again, isn't it? And it's almost blowing straight into their faces at the moment. 2 penalty loops for Ekhoff. Roysland has worked wonders to get away with no penalties. Sola has done 1. The margins could be enormous today, but the standing shoot's still to come. Vera has missed. Denise Herman moving up through the order. Good shoot from Denise Herman, and she's still got a lot of work to do, but nice to see a clear 5.
Well, Herman from 34th, I think she's going to go out into 3rd place. what an advance up the list that is.
That is great. That's what the pursuit is all about. But we've still got the standing shoot to come, Mike. And although Herman is way, way better than she used to be, that is going to be a major test of her nerve. Brorsson in 4th place at the moment. Sweden, the last Swede to win a pursuit race. We have to go all the way back to 2010 when Helena Ekholm won one.
It's a long gap. I thought maybe Brorsson and Persson have a chance today at only 32 and 38 seconds behind, but it really is about mastering the wind conditions.
Yeah, and out comes Ekhoff, now 1 minute 18 off the pace of the leaders. She won't give up quite yet. She's got Lisa Theresa Hauser, who's quite a good wind break, just in front of her, and those two both capable of skiing pretty fast. So Tandrevold, 3 misses, has her chance of her first victory gone. Welcome back to Östersund. We started the women's pursuit with, what, 29, 30 athletes within a minute of each other. Now we just have 4. The wind has split the field apart. Really tricky shooting conditions. I expect the men are getting nervous just watching this, Mike. Of course, we have the big showdown between Lygrid and Johannes Tingesbo, both vying for the overall Crystal Globe this year. Chevalier Boucher, 122. She's quick, could join forces with Ekhoff, who's now at 127, Mike. It's getting worse and worse.
It's as if Ekhoff has, she certainly never gives up the fight, but the spirit has certainly dropped away there, missing 3 targets. She's still well in the race, and it can turn around so quickly when it comes to stand shooting if the wind is as bad as it has been for the 2 prone visits.
Yeah, look at the big names. Alin Bekova, Eckhoff, Hauser, Vera. They've all won races this year, and they are over a minute behind Roysland of Norway, who's got a little bit of breathing space here in Östersund. The Swedes with Nielsen, 22. Haven't seen what Nielsen's done. Always interested to see how a cross-country skier fares in their first weekend of World Cup biathlon. I thought yesterday, Mike, she excelled herself.
She did, to shoot so well, and it was her best shooting of the season. She's doing well again today. Started 26, she's missed 3, but she's up into 22nd place. And that must put her around, what, second, third, in fact, second Swedish biathlete at the moment.
Were you expecting to see her ski a little bit faster, or is there something about putting the rifle on the back that equals everything out?
It's a different race. I think it does equal things out. It's a different mindset, a different race. The aggression that Stina Nielsen used to give to a cross-country skiing, she can't quite come into the range that aggressive. So she's had to learn to change and be a biathlete. So you stop your aggressive racing, and then you try and calm down in, what, the last minute before arriving and approaching the range. And I think she's beginning to understand that now.
Yeah. Roysland certainly understands it, and I wonder who Ziggy Mazet is siding with. Of course, he'll say he's impartial, but you can't help have a favourite in a race. He's got Eckhoff, who's on this tremendous run of victories, looking for 6 wins in a row and looking to wrap up the season in style. Roysland, though, Mike, is, you know, still one of his main players and could do with a bit of a mental boost, I feel, to get her through the summer. A win might be just the ticket.
Oh, I was thinking the same, but now it's testing. It'll be a test for everybody. Roysland, though, she always keeps it as calm as she can. It must have been a tough season for her, having won overall last year.
Taking advantage of a slight loss of wind. That's unlucky. That 4th shot could easily have put it down. 2 penalty loops, but she hasn't wasted any time at all coming in. And Hannah Sola will see exactly what she's got to do. Sola is another athlete, started 13th, so she's done well, but her standing shoot record is not the sort of figures that gives you confidence. 69% this year. But if she gets 60%, that could still put her on the podium.
There's just a lack, I feel, of confidence, a lot of fear in her position. And unlucky with the wind. It's increased so much since Roysland was here.
So much movement, Mike. I've seen people in the fairground with a steadier rifle.
Oh, she needed that.
3 loops. But she won't take long to get round the 3 loops. And now, Denise Herman with a chance to close in on the race leader. 1 lap completed by Roysland already. She's got another penalty to pay. And if Herman can clear 5, she could come out just behind the leader.
Look at those gusts, Patrick. It was calm there for 3 seconds. Now it's really picked up from the left. Now it's calm again.
Yeah, Herman taking an age to get the first shot away. Tandrevold with 3 misses on that last prone. Julie Simon is going well. 2 out of 2 for Tandrevold. 3 out of 4 for Julie Simon, who could also do with a bit of a boost. 2 misses from Herman. And Roysland is away. It's looking good for the Norwegian. She could find herself with a 2-shot advantage, at least, over the rest of the field. Eckhoff, 3 out of 3. She's coming back. 4 out of 4 for Eckhoff. Is she going to down the 5 and avoid the penalty loop? Just when you think she's out of it, she produces another flash of brilliance. And Eckhoff is on the chase. She was a minute 29, over a minute 30 actually at one stage behind the leader. And she's cut it back to, let's have a look, it's going to be around 54. It is, 54.9. Eckhoff right on the heels of Julia Simon. And so 3 exceptionally fast, but a 51-second lead, Mike. It's the sort of lead where it makes you nervous because you know you can only lose.
Oh, it's a huge advantage. We have seen these advantages disappear in a very quick period of time. But what was interesting on the range, so many of the biathletes, Herman especially, taking, I think, up to 55 seconds to shoot her 5 shots. And sometimes it's not worth the wait. You've got no chance. She missed 4 targets with waiting that amount of time.
Yeah. So Eckhoff, Mike, hitting 5 she was 125 behind Roysland coming in, so she did take a long time to shoot. I know she got all 5, but actually only gained 1 penalty loop on Roysland, who did 2 penalties. So she's going to have to shoot faster and with the same accuracy next time if she's going to close that 50-second gap. A Roysland-Eckhoff race to the finish. Where would your money be?
Oh, I think Roysland wants this so much, and what we've seen, I think, in the race so far, Eckhoff is a little flat today, and after all the victories, she must be mentally and physically drained, but she'll see an opportunity. If it was a straight race, I'll go for Roysland.
She probably can't believe what she has just heard. A lead of 51.7 coming out of the range, being chased by Simon, but she probably knows that Eckhoff is back into the top 3. Welcome back to Östersund. Only 8 athletes now through 6.8, and look at the margin, 1 minute 28. Interesting battle developing up front. Roysland has 50 seconds to play with, but then Simon and Eckhoff locked together in 2nd and 3rd place, and only 15 seconds ahead of Hannah Sola, who is skiing so well. If she goes clear, then she could be on for a podium. Mike, the best advance, Aita Gasparin 39-5, so she's gained 34 places, and we've also got Erdal, who's gone from 50 all the way up to 16, and those two with the best shooting scores so far.
That's pretty good. Aita Gasparin only missing 1 out of 15 first few times, and that's great shooting. I got it wrong with Herman. Herman actually waited 1 minute and 7 seconds to release her 5 shots and missed 4. So she tried so hard. It's difficult, very difficult to keep the rifle steady in the changeable wind.
Yeah, and don't forget, she came into the shoot in 3rd position. She's dropped all the way down to 24th. And Herman missing 4 of the 5 shots, having hit all 10 in the prone. So that, you feel, is her chance gone, especially if the lady in your screen can hit 5 out of 5. That would be a nice way to finish this one off. If she hits 3, there is a race on. If she hits only 1, then Roysland could be in real trouble, because you feel that Eckhoff or Simon, who both shot well on that first stand, will be slightly more confident.
I like the way that Eckhoff shot. She didn't waste time. She built a position and just went through her normal routine. It paid off. She didn't waste time at all.
Yeah, Roysland a little quicker with the first round, and must have been some 15 seconds quicker than Eckhoff in the range, simply by the fact, I'm just having a look, Roysland actually 22.5 for her 5 shots, which is fantastic in those conditions. And Tyrrell Eckhoff, is she way down the order? Yeah, 43.9, Mike, so a penalty loop. Here we go for her 3rd win of the season. 5 out of 5, it's hers. 4 out of 5, it's hers. 3 out of 5, we have a race on. There is a lot of movement.
Oh, panic will set in now.
Key shot, it's down. Now, if she finishes this the one off. Good reactive shot. So I still think 3 out of 5 is probably safe enough, Mike. It means that Eckhoff or Simon have to clear 5, and they have to clear them pretty quickly, because Roysland will only take some 50 seconds to get round the loop.
Simon, she often builds her position, holds it steady, and just releases so fast. I think Simon may well go for that risk shooting, and it may give her a chance to catch Roysland.
Roysland still on her first penalty loop at the moment. 125, 30 metres completed. She'll be round there in the next couple of seconds. Here we go. Any yellow flashes and the win is out of order. And there is a yellow flash for Simon. Eckhoff is still in this one. 3 down out of 3. Remember, she hit the last 5 in the stand. It's game. Oh, throws it wide. That was her chance. And Roysland has been handed the victory unless Hannah Sola can get 5. But with a 69% hit rate, that would be a bit of a miracle. The first 3 are down. And 4.
The wind has changed completely. It's coming straight in towards Sola. Broids, she missed that last one. I didn't see it miss.
Yeah, maybe it didn't even hit the target, Mike. I think that's probably the problem. It wasn't registered by the computer. Preutz now with Chevalier, Boucher. Top 5 would be good for either of those two, just to maintain their position in the World Cup standings. There's your margin, 20 seconds. Anyone else, and I sort of feel Eckhoff might make a chase, but she's only got 2K, 2,000 metres, 20 seconds, a second every 100 metres. Highly unlikely, but don't put it past Eckhoff to give it a go.
Well, what a race, and the wind change there with a change coming straight into the face of the biathletes. That makes it easier to stabilise the rifle. Now it's changeable again, left then right.
Yeah, Simon versus Sola. That's an interesting battle, Mike. I think Sola is the fresher and the faster at the moment, but Julie Simon mid-season was absolutely sensational. Couple of wins. She won in Oberhof, and she won, I think she won again in Antolz, the mass start in Antolz. That was a great race. Oh, Roysland's looking tired. She is looking tired, but she must be hungry for the 3rd win of the season.
Very much. Look at the shooting now. There's so many errors there. Unfortunately, Tandrevold again missing another 3, so she started her race very well, but the stand has not been kind to her.
Yeah, some shooting that doesn't make good reading for the coaches. Lynn Persson with 7 misses, Chevalier with 7 misses. Stina Nilsson, I have a feeling, Mike, that she hit all 5 on her last shoot. Actually, no, she's still there. She's still there. She's got a chance of missing. I was getting excited for the moment, and she's nearly 3 minutes behind the race leaders. Up through 8.8. And Eckhoff can see her, but I think Eckhoff has done enough skiing with Roysland over the years to know that the gap will not come down to an amount that she can close over the last 1.2 kilometres. That just is not going to happen. And actually, Roysland has skied the first lap very, very well.
Quite interesting. Finally, just thinking about a coach, he's absolutely giving the clear information to Roysland that Tyrrell was 22 behind. What does he say to Tyrrell? Chase Roysland.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? But Norway won't mind. They've got 1 and 2, and that's pretty special. They complete the clean sweep of pursuit races this year, and they've done it in style. And Hannah Sola is going back to the podium. Remember, she got a bronze medal in the World Championships in the sprint event. Nice to see, Mike. And I wonder what you would do with her over the summer months, just to increase the percentage points in terms of the standing shoot.
You know, shooting is very easy, and first of all, I think you have to learn the stability of your own position, the strength of your own position, and that's easy to do. No physical effort really required. So I think just up her in terms of hours of stability, learning how to shoot and feel through the rifle. And I think Hannah Sola could be a real contender the way she skis for top spots next year.
So the run of victories, 5 in a row, it's finally come to an end, and now Eckhoff can only equal Forsberg's record of 14 wins in a season. So many records at stake. I don't know which one she's thinking of on the way round, and I'm not sure she will be too concerned. She can't complain about the way things have been going of late, wrapping up the overall World Cup prior to the end of the penultimate World Cup.
Yes, Eckhoff, with her victories and her fabulous season, she's closing in, of course, on Magdalena Neuner, who's had 45 wins in her career. So Eckhoff really is getting up with the great names of biathlon after this season.
Yeah, where do you go after a season like this, Mike, for Eckhoff? It's difficult to think that you can better that, but how do you motivate yourself over the summer months, which where really all the hard work is put in?
And in a sense, that was the case with this lady winning everything overall last year. It was a hard summer for her to keep that motivation.
Well done to Roysland. Yeah, 31.47 going through the 9.6, crosses the line, 32.54. So much relief. Why didn't that happen, she'll be thinking, at the World Championships? But a brilliant performance. Only 4 misses on the day. But actually, Mike, she had the same shooting score as Tyrrell Eckhoff, but Eckhoff took an age, particularly in the first 2 prones, and then another 20 seconds on that first stand.
Yes, a great performance there from Roysland. She started 18 behind Eckhoff, and you could see how much it meant for Roysland to end the season on a high.
Eckhoff 29.3 behind, so another good haul of points. And so Eckhoff's record in the pursuits this season, she's had, what, 6 wins, 1 second place, and then 1 17th, which was in Hogfilson, the second pursuit of the season. Had a bit of a disaster there. But other than that, a remarkable run of success and consistency that will be the envy of everyone else on the tour. Hannah Sola again takes advantage of her ski speed, 5 misses, but outskis Julia Simon on that last lap to get 3rd. Julia Simon much better. I thought she looked tired yesterday. That will give her a boost, particularly, Mike, because they've got another race tomorrow, the mass start.
It's a tough old program, isn't it? And Simon, I thought that was great, from 50 seconds behind and bib 22 all the way up into 4th position. Kalkenberg starting 49 behind, so it's been a good day on the range. Only 2 targets missed. That's exceptional shooting in these testing conditions. And 154 behind at the end of the day. 23, the first of the Germans coming in. That's Franziska Preutz. Often she shoots so well when it's windy and testing. She missed 4 today. Fialkova, Ivona Fialkova, with season's best position there for her. That's good news. Kaisheva looked good yesterday, coming through strong again today. And Heike from 7th to 11th. 54, that's the best mover up the ranking. That's Knotten. And just did she make it ahead? It's a photo finish between her and Stewart, who often progresses so much from the sprint into the pursuit competition. Well, Dorothea Vera often in the past has shot well in windy conditions. She's missed 7 today. Trioko, many thought she would shoot well today. Hauser, the same. She's a great shot normally, but the wind didn't suit her today. Tandrevold all the way down from 3rd to 23rd. That's unfortunate. It looked so good at half distance. Vitozzi started badly. It's kind of stabilized as the race went on, from 20th now down to 26th. And
Great
so
races by Stuic and Urberg, Mike, both gaining over 30 places. That's a remarkable run.
Yes, and a lot of tired bodies just spilling across the line.
58 just coming in, that's Justine Brézard-Boucher. It's not been the best of weekends for her. Certainly her ski speed looked slow yesterday, way too far behind to do anything about it, down 1:46. Having said that, Elvira Öberg 48 up to 16, and a good run also from Zdujic, 46 to 14. Krashinkina 30 to 9, that's not bad at all. And Kalkenberg, actually, Mike, the only athlete to hit 18 targets today. That will be a massive boost for her.
That's a lovely score to carry into the summer to motivate you for better racing next year.
Actually, I'm just wondering whether that will qualify Kalkenberg for tomorrow's mass start. It may well do. Shevchenko, or Magnussen, and Gurieva having a good finish, both trying to squeeze inside the top 50. Vishnevskaya down in 50th position, having started in 28th. Yelenko, Kadurish, Akimova, the next ones across the line, and there is just trying to think of a word to describe Hannah Öberg's body language there. It's as if she didn't give a monkey's, Mike. 54th, I think she realises that fatigue has got the better of her. 5:13.
Yeah, missing 9 targets. I think that's where the spirit was broken. A real shame at home. She wanted so much. It hasn't happened yet. She's still got tomorrow, though, in the mass start.
Yeah, Roysland finally can give us a winner's smile. It's been a hard season. The last win that Roysland had was the 9th race of the season. It was the mass start in Hogfilson, so maybe she'll fancy her chances in the mass start tomorrow as well. It's still due to be pretty windy tomorrow, so that won't favour those who struggled today. A little bit of luck involved, because there were 1 or 2 spells, Mike, where the wind died off. It didn't last long, but there were definitely a couple of spells where it died off and we saw some people rattle through the target.
It's amazing, and just think the men will be watching this race without a doubt back in the luxury of their hotel rooms or their private accommodation rooms, and they'll be thinking, oh my word, it is a bit of a lottery for our race. And well, yes, you missed 8
next season. I off a little bit,
and that place
really hard on the first. Marta on massive, only minutes 30. Misses is Tandra.
kommer knoppen och hon
Marta, congratulations. What a fantastic win. It was so hard out there. How did you cope with the wind?
Oh, yeah, it's like you said, it was really hard today, but I think my tactic was good, just to shoot, not wait. And I wasn't the best shooter today, but I tried to be offensive and I had no time to lose in the shooting range, so I think that was good.
How important is it to find a win at the end of the season?
I missed this so much. I haven't won a race since before Christmas, so it was about time. And it felt so good, and I'm so happy that I make it so close the end of the season.
You should be. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Revolt started well. And Julius, minute 20.
Outstanding.
Have totally at the Norwegian.
Quite incredible job.
It wouldn't be the fan after the
Control herself wonderfully well.
and the men.